Hi guys, hope you're all okay. Welcome back to the channel. We've reviewed quite a few unusual things on this channel lately, and today is no exception. We're going to be looking at the Nanfone CB-8500. Now this is quite a new product. It's been out, well, it came out a little bit earlier this year, and it's a CB radio and a car radio in one. Now I've never actually seen anything like this before. It's an AM/FM 40-channel multi-norm CB radio, which is DIN sized for your car. So in this video we're going to look at an overview of it. We're going to just test the install into the car and just make sure everything fits okay. And yeah, we will do a series of videos on this where we'll test the CB functionality, the FM side of things. We'll have a look at the Bluetooth. It does quite a lot of things, so yeah, it looks quite a promising little device. So we are going to do a little bit of a soft fit in the car today and just see how it looks. So it's a 12 or 24 volt input. So it'll work in the car. You could actually rewire the back connector and run it off a normal power supply and just use the CB side of things in your house, but that would be defeating the object really. It's got a big screen on the front with 7 different coloured LCD backlit display modes, so you can choose between 7 different colours. It has a switchable high and low power setting of 4 watts on low and 8 watts on high. It's got MP3 function, so it plays music from a TF card, so like an SD card, flash disc, it's got USB on the front, it's got an auxiliary input as well, it's got audio output, and it's got an FM radio, and it's of course got Bluetooth, which is really handy. Now this will connect to your car's Bluetooth, so you can play the CB audio and the radio audio and everything through the car, and you can connect your phone to it as well and play music off your phone through the radio and of course through your car speakers. So yeah, it's quite a nice, unusual, strange little device, and I just thought we'd pick one up and just show you it on the channel. And you can work between CB band and MP3 at the same time, so you can just switch between the two. There is a switch on top. It's got all the usual CB functionality like channel 9 and 19 buttons. It's got auto squelch, manual squelch, it's got a key lock, it's got a microphone lock, and yeah, it's basically functions as a normal AM/FM 40-channel multi-norm CB radio. Okay, so if we look at the radio itself, you can see there we've got the on-off button, we've got a speaker mic port there, and we've also got an RJ connector for the included speaker microphone. We've got the display with the CB and MP3 switch at the top. We've got all the buttons which control the CB radio side of things in the middle. And then on the right hand side we've got a dial and some buttons which control the FM radio, Bluetooth and auxiliary side of things. And as I said earlier, we've got an auxiliary socket, we've got an audio out socket, we've got a TF card slot, and we've got a USB port as well. So a really feature packed little radio. On the back we've got the connectors there which plug into your car's stereo leads. Now of course different cars, different manufacturers and things like that have different plugs, so it comes with a lead that you can customise. We'll go out into the car in a little while and see if mine fits. I'm hoping it does. We've got audio out cables there, we've got an antenna socket for the FM radio, and we've also got an antenna socket there for the CB antenna. Now the radio comes with a mounting bracket, so should you wish to not use this in your car, you've got a normal mounting bracket there if you don't want to use it in your stereo socket. And it comes with the speaker mic, as I said, and it comes with all the hardware for installing that, thumb screws, and it comes with a microphone holder. Okay, so the body of this radio is all metal. It does have a removable case, so you can have a look inside. We may do that in a future video. The front face is plastic with rubberized buttons, and the screen's set back as well, which will just help it avoid it being scratched and stuff. And the quality seems quite decent. It doesn't feel cheap at all. It actually seems quite decent. So that's a quick overview of the radio. What we're going to do now is we're going to take it into the car. We're just going to do a bit of a soft install and see if we can get it to power on, and we'll just have a quick overview of it. And as I say, in other parts of this video we will look into this in a lot more detail. So we'll just switch over to the car now. Okay, so we're in the car now. I've got 2 cameras recording. So we've got the Canon here recording the radio setup area, and we've got the GoPro recording me in the front. So we'll see if we can capture this well enough. So I've got the all the box here now with everything in, and what we're going to do is we're going to look at installing this this radio. Now this will only be the FM radio part of things for now, because I haven't got a CB antenna handy. That is on the way. So we're just going to look at how this actually fits into the car, and yeah, just basically see if it works, or see if the radio side of things works, and just see how it looks. So we've got the unit here. So what I'll do is I'll just put that down for a second. You can see my old car stereo here. I use a Renault Clio. This is really tatty now, this car stereo. The buttons are fading, and I've looked for replacements on eBay, and all of them have got this perished rubber on them, sort of perished plastic finish on it, so you can see the white plastic underneath comes through. So it's about time we replace this anyway. Now I've lost the tools for getting this out, but it's no big deal. I just close this box up for a minute. All we need to do is just put these 4 little hex screwdrivers into the holes on the side there, and they just slot into place. And if you just give the radio a little wiggle like that, it'll loosen up, and we'll just take the screwdrivers away, and it's as simple as that. So we can take this out. Now just be careful if you're removing a stereo, just make sure you've got, some of them have a lock code, a pin, like a pin lock. Just make sure you keep that handy, just so you can get back into it should you want to plug this radio back in, you know, if you sell the car or you want to use the radio again. So if we just lift this out, this is really this has ever been taken out. As you can see, it's really dirty, but you can see we've got the power lead going into there, and we've also got all the cables which run through to the controls on the steering wheel. We've got a display just up here, not sure if you can see that, but we've got a display here, and then we've got the antenna. So if we just unplug the antenna, no wonder my signal's rubbish in the car, the connector on that's all bent. Yeah, we'll just unplug that first, and what we'll do is we'll take out the power. So we'll just unclip that lead on the back. These can be a little bit fiddly, so just take your time because you don't want to pull any of the wires out. There we go, and you can see we've got the red and black leads on there. That powers the stereo in here. And then what we can do is just remove the other 2 cables on the back, and that's the stereo unit gone. Okay, so we've got the CB unit itself here. Now one thing I've noticed, I'm going to have to get a different connector for this, because I've got the classic RF style plug there, and obviously that looks like a sort of like an MCX or smaller type connector, so I'm going to have to get a converter for that, but that's no big deal. We've got the plug for the CB antenna on the back, which again we'll route through here at a later date, and we're not going to do that for now. And then we've got the sockets for the cables. Now depending on the car you have, these plugs might be a little bit different, so as I say in the box you do get one that you can make up yourself, but all we're going to do here is use the cable provided, because mine looks the same. We're going to plug that into place, and then we are going to plug these 2 into the back of the stereo CB radio. Now they'll only go in one way, so you can't get them mixed up, and it's as simple as that. And we're just going to tuck the antenna out of the way for now and push this back in here. I just want to be careful with this because there's a lot of wiring behind here now, so it's a good idea just to tuck them out the way properly, so you can get the radio in itself, and that just fits into place like so. Now of course, because it's a different sort of slightly different sized hole in the car, I'm going to need to do something about this. So what I'm thinking of doing is probably 3D printing something just to go in there, just to keep it in place. Or you can get various adapters for different cars which will hold this into place, but you can see the radio itself is there. I'm only just going to show you this quickly anyway. Okay, so the next thing we can do is plug the microphone into place, and as you can see it's similar to other microphones, so it'll just clip into place on there. That's quite nice. But I am going to do a bit of a shuffle around in here, guys, because you can see we've got the Simoco SRM, I think it's a 1000. If I just turn the ignition on, we've got the Simoco SRM 1000 here, M3HHY test, M3HHY test, and we've got the speaker mounted here, so that's quite nice. But I'm thinking of taking this out, so if we're going to be having these, I don't want all these different radios in. As you can see, it gets a bit crowded. We're going to leave the Retivis DMR set in here because this is my everyday use radio, and I think while we're getting to grips with the CB radio, we'll keep this in, and we'll just remove the SRM 1000 temporarily. And you know, because of the ease of installing this, all I need to do is unplug the microphone and the speaker. The transceiver unit can actually stay built into the car, but that's for another day anyway. Okay, So, now the moment of truth. We've got the ignition on. Let's power this radio on.
Connecting is okay.
Okay, so it's on. Now, I don't know how well you can see the display here, but it's actually quite a decent little, quite a well lit display there. I'll show you that in a little while. Okay, so we've got the radio powered on. We've got the unit powered on. Okay, so we can switch between mode here, so you can have radio, you can have CB, you can have Bluetooth, you can have Bluetooth and CB at the same time. We've got a speaker mic port here if you want to have a different speaker mic. So yeah, quite interesting really. You can see we've got the TF card slot there, so we could put an SD card in here. We've got USB audio, we've got an auxiliary cable, and yeah, it's looking quite good. Now, obviously, there's no antenna plugged in, but if we look here, we can cycle up. Is that the volume? Oh, volume's here. No, that's actually quite nice and loud. That. So yeah, we've got volume here. Now, obviously, I'm not going to. You can see the microphone will key there, but there's no antenna, so that's not a good idea to do. So if we just put that back. So we've got auto squelch and manual squelch there, so we can turn between that. So see if we turn the squelch off, we've got audio coming through the car speakers. We've got memory functions here. We've got scan. Right, okay, so we've got function and scan. So we can scan through the channels like that. We can stop that, and we can also manually go through the channels. But we are going to go into the CB side of things a little bit further down the line. Let's have a look at radio. Okay. Right, so let's have a look at Bluetooth mode now. And I've got my phone connected to that. So if we just go to one of my videos.
Why just brush to clean when you
so you can see we're playing a video on the YouTube app there, but this is coming through on the radio. Hi guys, hope you're all okay. Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining me today for another video. So this is the... So that's actually pretty good. That's actually quite decent sound. I'm quite impressed with that. Let's have a look at what else we've got. I listen to a lot of the Ricky Gervais show in the car, so we'll play that.
If he's listened to the last 3 weeks, I think we're owed a little apology from you, Dickster.
Exactly. Absolutely. Listen, Piley, we want to send you all those goodies, including Scottish rock, but we don't have your address, so email in your address and we can send it off to you. All right?
Yeah.
More adverts?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Okay, so just a brief look there. As you can see, it fit quite well. We will get something 3D printed just to seal up those gaps around the side. It'll save me buying something. You could buy a blank and just cut out, but it'd be easier to just 3D print something. But yeah, it powers on. It seems to work okay. We will test the CB in a future video. We'll test the FM radio once we've got that antenna connector sorted. But yeah, it does seem quite promising. Quite impressed with it. Sound quality seems pretty decent, and the Bluetooth functionality seems to work reasonably well as well. So I'll leave this part here. As I say, we will revisit this, so stay tuned. This is just an overview. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If you have any comments, suggestions or questions, drop them in the box below. And I'll get back to you, and all that's left to say is 7-3. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.